The clock ticking on the Republican health care bill. House goes on an 11-day break starting tomorrow. White House scrambling to make changes overnight to save the bill. And FBI Director James Comey testifying on Capitol Hill today, one day after Hillary Clinton said he cost her the election and President Trump blasted him for going easy on Hillary. Comey will face questions on Russia and the election today. And President Trump will hold his first meeting with Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas at the White House this morning to discuss peace in the Middle East.
More on that ahead, but first, let's get to those new setbacks for the Republican health care bill. GOP hopes were high earlier this week, thought they'd get the necessary votes, but now there are new signs of trouble. Our congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce, you know she's there on Capitol Hill for us again this morning. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Robin. Republicans are racing to get these votes, and now we've learned this morning they're considering making additional changes to the bill, hoping to win over enough holdouts to finally push this over the finish line.
This morning, Republican leaders insist they're getting close.
Mr. Leader, when are we going to see a vote on health care?
But the numbers tell a different story. By our count, House Republicans are on the brink of losing too many votes to pass their health reform bill. 21 Republicans oppose the current plan. More than a dozen are undecided, and just 2 more no votes would sink it. In the middle of that divide, the White House. Vice President Pence has been meeting with lawmakers on the Hill.
Do you have the votes for health care, sir?
And President Trump making his personal pitch.
How's health care coming, folks? How's it doing? All right, we're moving along. I think it's time now, right?
But now a big blow from a key Republican. The former chair of the committee that helped draft the legislation says he cannot support the bill because he's concerned about the impacts on Americans with pre-existing conditions.
I've supported the practice of not allowing pre-existing illnesses to be discriminated against from the very get-go. This amendment torpedoes that.
To win over ultra-conservatives, Republicans made changes that could gut those protections, possibly leaving Americans with pre-existing conditions paying more for their coverage. The bill's supporters are pushing back.
So the purpose of our bill is to get more choices, to lower prices while preserving the protections for pre-existing conditions.
Putting a face to the debate, Jimmy Kimmel, who made an emotional plea to cover pre-existing conditions, sharing the story of his newborn son Billy's heart condition.
If your baby is going to die, and it doesn't have to, it shouldn't matter how much money you make.
Former President Barack Obama responding, tweeting, "Well said, Jimmy. That's exactly why we fought so hard for the Affordable Care Act and why we need to protect it for kids like Billy."
And now Republicans are fighting the clock. Just 2 days left before they go on recess, facing the prospect of heading home without fulfilling their key promise to fulfill and repeal and replace Obamacare. They are now making an all-out push to get this done.